This thing that I have found is what I would call my gracious space. Howdy, folks. This is Jack Carlisle, and I am the host of Gracious Spaces. And as I always do, and I always will, we are high atop the incredible town of Old Town Orange, where I call home, not only for my family, but also for my business and this amazing podcast that's in my life. And a part of that is I get to sit with individuals weekly and get to know them better. And today I am privileged to bring in Jojo Alvarez, a man of many hats. Good morning. And your hats, I'm telling you, literally, you like you've got a million hats. But
I love hats.
But tell us, you photographer, friend, vintage rental business. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you just have this passion for decking out a home. So I'll lead that into your main business, your vintage rental business, where you bring in basically a house or a living room into someone else's space and create an environment.
Did you want to start like all the way back, or how it started, or?
Take me back, I think, to
high school days.
You were in high school, yeah?
High school days, 10th grade and high school. I started with photography, actually. Mm-hmm. I just had a camera and I was always shooting everything, every event, shooting girls, guys, people, anything I could. But then once I started shooting people, I like posing them. Like I love like that's pretty hard to pose people, you know, and
position them in a certain way.
So for the first couple of years, I struggled with that because it's like, some girls don't like sitting down, and some girls do like sitting. Like, so it's like you gotta see their body weight and their height and all this stuff. So I started posing them with vintage items. So like just telling stories, I guess, you know what I'm saying. So like a ladder, a trunk, a suitcase, like just telling stories with these pictures. And
so you use these as props, but they became a part of the story, like you just said.
And then at the time, I wasn't renting out the furniture. I actually started to resell it in my garage. My dad gave me the garage to resell, so I had a vintage store. So I would use I don't know if you ever heard the green sheet, but the green sheet is like where you get in your community and you see like what's for sale and stuff.
Okay,
like that.
So before Facebook,
Marketplace
or whatever, you had this.
And Craigslist was, Craigslist.
Yes,
Craigslist. I don't know if it's that big now.
Yeah,
but it was big, back in my high school days. So a lot of Craigslist, a lot of green sheet, and I would just go shopping at the flea markets and then flip it in my garage. And
this was at the age of 10, you said?
No, 10 junior year in high school.
Okay.
Yeah, so I would flip trunks and rugs and furniture and all that stuff, and then
now for those flipping, it means you've acquired it from somewhere.
Yeah,
you dress it up, you clean it up, you do what you got to do, and then you resell it.
Yes, sir.
So where were you picking at? Where was
it's in Banning? So I grew up in Banning near like 5 minutes before 10 minutes before Cabazon Outlets.
Okay.
So I grew up over there, small little town, but the best flea markets because they don't know what they have, and then they want to just get rid of it. So I'm like, yes, I'll come home with typewriters, wood crates, all this stuff,
like a little honey hole of vintage.
Everything. I don't know what, maybe, I like vintage that much, but it's just though, I guess character. You could just tell the details and the character of something, and I think back then they just took pride in everything, like. Everything they did, buildings to the flooring to the the picture frames alone is just so much. Like you buy a cheap picture frame right now from Walmart, that thing will break. It's plastic. You try to put a picture in one of these picture frames, man, the metal, the wiring, man, it's
not the same.
It's just insane. Like the craftsmanship is just insane.
Quality.
And then so when I realized when I was selling all this stuff, photographers knew I had a bunch of like vintage stuff, so they would rent out. No, they would want to borrow props from me. So that's kind of what triggered like renting out my stuff. Yeah. So I would cater to a lot of photographers.
So another opportunity came about.
Yeah. So if you're a photographer, hit me up. I got props for you.
And they're amazing props, I must say.
Thank you.
The beauty of it.
Thank you. So like I tell like photographers all the time, like, you know, like if you're doing an engagement session, come get a rug, come get a suitcase, come get a camera, like something, you know, have them hold hands, have them hold a suitcase, go on the street, like tell that story, you know what I'm saying? And that's what I ran. So I started with catering to photographers, and then from there, you know, weddings and events, and then now, you know, just last year or maybe even 2 years ago, you know, just restaurants now. Yeah, you know
what I love about that too, Jojo, is back then, you didn't really have social media to help promote you.
I wish I did.
So it was referral based though. Yeah. And they thought enough of you to give your name out to whomever they could. Yeah. That's huge. That's how good you are.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, that came from, okay, so two things. So I wish I had Instagram. I started my Instagram super late. If I would have started it earlier, I feel like it would have hit pretty good. Yeah. Because everything that I'm doing now, I did in high school. You know what I'm saying? And like, so it's just crazy to me.
Your garage has gotten a little bigger though.
Well, I know, right? Yeah. I need a warehouse actually too. But no, and so in my 10th grade year, I was in this class called Virtual Enterprise. Okay. And I just have a good eye. Like I don't call myself like a decorator or event planner. Like I don't like names like that. Like I just have a good eye and I just know where to place things. That's all. Yeah. I don't like to be that person that to call me like, oh, I'm an interior decorator. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like it's just like too
natural.
Like, just it's weird to me. But yeah, it's natural. So we had this class. It was a fake clothing brand. I was a president of like the design of team for the like the fake website and how the clothing's gonna look. And the brand was called Vintage. Everyone's like, yeah, let's do it. Because at that time I was selling shirts already with my logo on it to the high school kids and everything. And yeah,
you're a go-getter. I just love it. Look at all this you have
so
teenage
it was just like just like natural stuff. So like so we went to Oakland for like we do booth setups and stuff like that.
Okay.
And
for this class project.
Yeah, for this class project.
So almost like a science fair for
business. Yeah.
Yeah.
And we're doing a vintage clothing line, and I had to decorate the booth. But out of like 500 schools, like it was a huge convention in Oakland. Dude, I got first place for booth design. Yeah. And like, I wasn't even trying to like, it was just like, oh yeah, I'll bring this. Like, you know, for my garage, like, here, let me take all this stuff. And I took it in the school bus with my friends, and the teachers was like, yeah, banning, you know, I was like, what? Like, I wasn't even awesome. So that's, you know, that's crazy. That wasn't a trigger though, but it's just now I look back, it's just crazy that even happened, you know?
Can you reach back a little further and maybe pinpoint why that came about? Or
I don't know. In 5th, 6th grade, I had a candy store in my garage. I had a candy store. Awesome. I bought a vintage China hutch and just put all my candies in there, and I would just sell like crazy.
Kids from the neighborhood come up.
Yeah, and whenever the ice cream man come by, I would close the garage real fast.
You didn't want the ice cream man to
competition. And it was in San Bernardino too, so if I knew some kids were up to like no good, I would like close it on them too. Like, nah, I ain't selling to you either, man. Get out of here. But
like that Seinfeld episode with the soup guy.
Oh yeah. Like, that's funny.
No candy for you.
And then, but I think so I was in retail for like 8 years after high school. Okay. So I was at Diesel, Neiman Marcus, Ted Baker, and then Sandro. And these brands are pretty good. Yeah. So for Diesel, I forget. I was actually talking to my old boss yesterday, but I was not nation, but like what area?
Like a regional.
Yeah, I was the best salesman. Yeah. Of, you know what I'm saying? I think I got like 15 grand over my goal or something like that. Right. Yeah. And they gave me like a Diesel watch, my own sales, like managed like business like cards, and like they gave me a free iPad. But like selling isn't like a gimmick, or like it's like how I'd sell is like I would forget the clothes. Like they come in, they're from all over the world. Like, what's up, man? How's it going? Like, oh shoot. And I just talk to them. I hit it off. I'm their friend first.
Yes.
And then like, oh dope. Like bro, like we just got this shirt, and dude, like this is a dope shirt. Yeah. Try it on. Just try it on for me.
You've built trust in them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
but I just like, I knew how to just like talk to people and try to get them like, that's not my style. But it's like, no, you can rock this, man. Like, and you know, they'll buy $400 or $500 pair of jeans handmade from Italy. And you have to explain to them, like, why are these jeans so expensive? Like they're handmade. Like no two pairs in this store are alike.
Right.
It takes them 3 to 5 days to make one pair of jeans.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
So you gave them the explanation.
And it makes you actually fall in love more with the item because of all the work that went into it. You know,
appreciation comes involved.
Yeah, like Diesel jeans are. I don't know if you ever tried.
Yeah, no, I went through a Diesel phase for sure.
Yeah, Hey, Diesel's underwear too, man. My single days, those underwear were the best.
Their wallets, the whole deal.
Yeah,
no, you worked for some heavy hitters there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, you're an old soul. That's a given. I mean, I think so. I mean, vintage has been in your life. You had this appreciation for it and this knowledge for it. So then you were in the clothing industry for several 8 years or so, you mentioned?
Yeah, 8 years.
Yeah. So when did you segue into your own business?
So while being in there, I was like a stylist because I love clothes. Like I like texture, prints. This is nothing. Like back then, I just like crazy colors, crazy prints.
Well, it was all at your access. You had availability.
Yeah, that's true too. Yeah. Today, no. But I love just taking risks and chances and like, man, like even girl clothes, like the girl trench coats and like the girl like crazy shirts. Like, dude, I loved it all. Like I love fashion, you know. But how I think I moved out after banning, I moved out here to Orange County, and then I was just taking pictures of dealership cars for like 3 years. And I tell people this, like, it's like don't just jump into something and like start the business with like no plan B. Like, you know, I was catering to all my clients while working a full-time job. Yeah. You know, like
you hustled.
Dude, I was working 10-hour shifts from Monday through Thursday. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, I would be shooting and then doing rentals.
Yeah.
Like I would never be home. Like I was never home. Yeah. And then finally, I was just like, I gotta quit. Yeah. Like, you know, I gotta quit because once you quit, it's weird. Like once you quit, like all those clients came in and like filled up my Monday through Sunday.
Yes.
And the biggest fear is like, dang, like I'm gonna be so slow Monday through.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, no, like it's crazy how it happens. It filled in. And then just I started from there. Yeah. And I think it's been like 4 years now that I've been by myself.
That was key. You kind of recognized that moment where you needed to make that separation if you wanted to grow in your business, and you did.
So like, and it's just crazy how like when you have your own business, there's no limit of like what you can make, right? Like full-time job, you know, like you're making and then you're making this guy rich, and it's like, oh, like, you know, you get I guess just so frustrated. Like, dude, I could just be my own thing.
Do your own thing.
Let me do. So now it's like when you experience, you know, like crazy big gigs or, you know, big jobs, it's like, dang, like what if I did this like 5 times a month, or like what if, you know what I'm saying? It's just, and then from there it's just like a high, and you're just like wanting to just get after it more and more.
Yeah,
you know.
What about the hunt? So you got to make time to go get the stuff.
Yeah, that's the best though.
Yeah, I was gonna say you love the hunt, right?
That's the best. I love buying. But then what I do, I guess you gotta spend money to make money.
Yeah.
But I think that's kind of in
any
business.
It just goes right back into it, you know.
So that's why I think I don't even buy clothes for myself anymore. If I buy something, it has to be like for the business, or, you know, I just love putting it back into the business, you know. And I buy something, I was like, okay, if I do go thrifting or, you know, swap meets, whatever, I'm like, all right, I could use this for either a photography prop, I could use this for my rentals for events and weddings, or hopefully one day sell it in a huge collection and display it in a restaurant, bar, barbershops, whatever, you know. So that item is gonna go somewhere.
It's going to be used.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. You've got clients from a homeowner who wants a living room decked out to a restaurant. Huge restaurants coming to you now.
Yeah.
And wanting their whole business themed out.
It's crazy. It's a whole new whole new door that I never thought I would be in.
Do you sit back and reflect on that and soak it up sometimes?
No, I mean sometimes, but no. I just feel like I'm barely sticking my pinky in the door, so I don't think I'm there yet to like soak it up because I want to do more before I do that. I think,
yeah.
But it's just
when you say more, what's that next level?
That's on
for you.
I feel stuck right now, to be honest. Like I feel stuck right now. Like I like to spread myself out too thin, and I know that's a huge problem because you're not gonna get anywhere if you do that.
Yeah,
like it's like photography is good, right? So like that's cool. I have my loyal families. My moms are my biggest clients. Because the dads don't care about pictures.
Well, and the kids, you've watched them grow
moms
up.
And kids, yeah. So I can't leave them. They're good.
Yeah.
I'm not doing as much advertising for that anymore because it's just like they come to me. I take care of them.
Out.
Let's go. Right now I think where I want to take long term, I think rentals and design is more
where you're headed.
More my thing. And then one day too, houses and Airbnbs and maybe even like hotel lobbies, like something crazy, like just crazy designs, like
coffee shops.
Yeah, especially coffee shops. Yeah,
you like that, right?
Yeah, I don't know if I'll ever be like a owner of my own coffee shop because I'm for business. I'm not like the perfect business partner. Yeah, but I could definitely like upscale and help your business look good. Just stuff like that, I guess. Yeah.
I think you're probably like me. Like when I go in to do a design or here even in my shop and I want to do a vignette, I've got people I'm so lucky in my life that want to help. Can I help? What do you want me to do? And I'm like, just leave me alone. Give me my hour. I'm good, Yeah. And you just get in that rhythm and you're pulling this, you're pulling that. And
it's definitely a rhythm. Like with rentals, it's something every day. Like, I got to go sand this bar and paint this and I got to go do this and that. And hopefully it gets rented out and I could do some dope decor with it,
Well, I must say the recliner you posted the other day,
the blue one,
wingback chair.
Did you see how much it was worth?
Yeah, I was going to buy it from you. I thought you were selling it. I'm like, hey, I'll take it.
I'll sell it to you. No, I seen it was worth like $600.
Yeah, that's like a major brand recliner.
This kid just pulled it out from their parents' house and that actually happened one time. So one time I bought a couch, a brand new Victorian couch, newly reupholstered because that's expensive. Like the upholstery alone is like $400 to $600 probably. Easy dollar. Easy. Like I knocked on the door and I'm like, hey, there's a couch here for sale for like $200. And the mom's like, no, there's nothing
and
here.
The kid is selling.
And the daughter came rushing out, Mom, you don't need that anymore. And like she's like, here, give me the money, take it before like shit hits the fan, sorry. And I'm like, but I don't want to like. She's like, just take it. And dude, we took it, put it in the trailer, and like took off. But yeah,
and mom's sitting there.
I see it all the time, and the parents are so mad. They're like, why so? How much you selling for you? 200? Oh no. I'm like, sorry, I came all this way for this couch. I gotta get it.
I bet you have met some interesting people along the way.
Yeah.
Just in that regard.
Yeah. Like, sadly people do pass away, but then they'll hit me up and be like, hey, do you want to go through his stuff? And I'm like, yeah. So I go through the stuff and pick out what I want. And,
but the good thing about that, Jojo, is that it's getting repurposed in a very positive way.
Oh, heck yeah.
Yeah. You're not just going to you're going to use it. You're going to show it more life, more stories.
Yeah. That's why reselling, like I don't mind reselling items, but it's like I want to find a home for these items that I pick out.
Yeah.
Maybe one day have a little antique shop or whatever.
Yeah.
If anything, because I don't know if you know, but I love toys.
Yes, I've seen
that. Like I love toys.
Yeah.
Like that's a hidden thing that I don't think I'll ever explore until maybe after like the whole restaurant and like rentals business.
Yeah.
I think the whole toy stuff is more like my retiring business
Reward.
that I want to do.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just vintage toys.
You love Disney too.
Oh yeah, Disney.
Yeah.
I'm everywhere. But it's just like I'm very just curious about everything. And it's like I really want to learn like and pick people's brains. So I just really want to just like, why do you do that? Or what what made you have this mindset? Or like, you know, so it's like, I really want to learn like what, like Walt Disney, like I could talk about him all day. Like he's
the G.
He's, you know, went bankrupt like 3 times. Like, you know, it's like after the first one, I think I would have quit, you know, like, how do you not quit?
Kept going.
You know, and it's just insane.
Did that work ethic come from watching your dad, seeing your folks?
Yeah, my dad works hard. Good question. So how my dad would make us work, he would make us work, you know, like do the lawn, wash the car. We would actually work with him. He had a car wash business and a lawnmower business, and we would go with him. We'll either chill there at the offices while he's working, or maybe try to help him. Yeah. But like he makes it fun, right? Like you got to make it rewarding, you know. But at the end of the day, it's like I try to do so much in my day so I could go to sleep like, oh dang, like when you're productive, you feel happy. You feel when you get crap done, like you want to just get it done, like And that's how I am with my son. Like I go do photo shoots, or I go to my storage units or whatever, and I bring him with me, you know, and he'll be like, oh, you need help with this? And I try to make the work fun so that he knows how to work, you know? Yeah. And it's funny, like, okay, so like 2 stories. I was actually here downtown Orange, pushing him in the wagon, and I'm passing out cards. I met this young white dude, the cigar shop, and he was telling me that there's a lounge a cigar lounge in Long Beach, or whatever. Anyway, I'm talking to him. I shook his hand, eye contact, everything, right? Yeah. I left, and then you hear like I'm walking and you hear my son in the background like, "Dang, Dad." I'm like, "What?" And he goes, "Dang!" Like he's like, "Dang, Dad!" Like he was watching me like spit do your thing. Do my thing. Yeah. I'm like, oh shoot, he's watching me. He goes like, so like, and his way was, I took it like okay, like he was like, because he goes, "Dang, Dad," like he does that, right? Yeah. But he was like, man, like, you know, like, I'm like, what? And he goes like, oh, you talk good, like, you know, he's like giving me my props.
Super impressed.
So like, I was like, oh shoot, like I'm surprised he even caught that. Like, like I wasn't expecting that. He's only 5, like, you know what I'm saying? So hopefully he's very outgoing and stuff like that. So hopefully, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't care if he doesn't go to college. If this is what he wants to do, I'm just going to push him in anything. But like talking to people, learning how to talk to people, learning how to make people comfortable. A lot of people don't have that skill. Yeah, even college people don't even have that skills. Yeah. Like, you know, and I feel like businesses now rather hire a person that could talk. Yep. Than absolutely go hide in the restroom all day and not talk to anybody, you know? So, but then again, I learned that from retail.
Yeah, I was going to say, it goes back to you selling $500 pair of jeans.
Yeah, so I learned that from retail. And so I was never like that.
What's that?
I was never like that, like sales, like, like I was never like, you know.
But it's natural, and what I was going to say about that is that's not a negative thing. It's like, oh, that's his sales angle, his pitch. That's how he's doing. No. You that came from your heart. Yeah. You know, you're genuinely interested in that person, and then it just kind of carries over to providing them what they need, and that's a pair of jeans. Yeah, you know.
Yeah. No, you're right though. It is caring for a person and trying to get, you know, because I met people all over the world, and the other story with my son. Wherever we go, like we'll go to like Stater Brothers, right? And he'll see like wine barrels in the wine section, and he'll be like, "Did you do that?" And I'm like, "No, I didn't do that." Or we go to Disneyland, he'll see like rugs in the Aladdin section, or like rugs or trunks and rides, and he goes, "Oh, did you do that, Dad?" I'm like, "No." Like, so it's crazy how he knows what I do, you know? Or like we'll be at the thrift shop and he'll get something. "Oh, look, Dad, this is cool, huh?" And so he's like already creating this eye for himself, and it's like, all right, cool. Wow, hopefully something sticks on you. You know what I'm saying?
It's gotta make you so proud.
Yeah, it does.
I mean, he has his own path, crazy. Right? But look what he's learning from you.
Yeah, I'm not pushing that on him, but it's like if you want to do it, go ahead.
Hey, he's picked up pretty quick.
He could take my business any day. Yeah. So it's crazy.
Well, so for those who want to know more about your business, give us some of your handles on social media, website, that type of thing about Vintage Gold Rentals.
So it's Vintage Gold Rentals. That's where like I rent out all the furniture, props, table decor, mainly like just vintage details.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So like for your wedding, you know, vintage details for your signing table, for your dessert table, for your present table, for your sweetheart table.
Yeah.
And then regular tables, you know, just the detail stuff. Big props and all this other tables and chairs. No, it's just like, you know, beautiful details. And then also,
and when you say, I have to interject it. When you say details, folks, he means details from down to
the smallest,
the most minuscule thing.
Yeah.
I had to reflect back on the Ducks and Tucks event. When you did those tables for that fundraiser.
Oh yeah.
Holy moly, that was like art. Like you didn't even want to sit down and mess it up, you know?
Yeah. So those two tables are beautiful. I did Boss Cat, like a vintage books. And and of course Leslie's bird cages that she was known for, and like other cool stuff. And then for Craftsman 1904 restaurant, I did a traveling theme. So I had an actual vintage scooter on top of the table with suitcases under it and just traveling stuff, you know. My table setups are crazy. Like I like just going all out. The last one I did for I think 10 or Boss Cat was a vintage Walt Disney theme. Yeah. Telling Walt Disney story. And an owner seen that table and wanted me to do his whole entire restaurant, that theme. Just from the table.
That's your calling card.
Yeah. So I finished that 2 weeks ago. Nobody really posted it yet. Yeah. The pictures will be coming out soon. But I decorated the whole restaurant with you know, vintage cameras, reels, video cameras. Walt Disney was like into polo, so like polo hats, leather horses, and then mix matching vintage wood frames. So I did 120 frames. So I collected 120 frames, and I put in memorabilia that I got from Groovy Ghost.
Yes. Oh, great folks down there.
Yeah, heck yeah, they're dope.
Yeah.
So memorabilia from them, and then black and white. And then actually 50%, half of the stuff is my own photography that I printed out black and white. And the restaurant
Disney related.
Yeah. Well, all telling Walt Disney story. So his office, like I got to go visit his office in Burbank. And before,
that's pretty awesome.
It's amazing.
Not
so
too
like
many
you actually
people can say that. I think.
No, you actually be in there, and when he died, they left it exactly the same. Of course, they cleaned it and stuff, but then they put exactly everything the same. Yeah, how he left. And what's crazy is like, right by his desk, there's a statue of a Doberman.
Which I know you hate Dobermans.
I know, right? That's just my, you know, we're a Doberman family. So my dad has 2. I have 1. I had him for the past 12 years. But anyway, I'm like, what's the story behind the Doberman? They're like, no, because he's a miniature. I don't know if you know, but he likes to collect miniature figs. Like he was a huge miniature fig collector. So if you look behind his desk, there's nothing but miniature figs behind his desk.
So fig.
Like tiny little
figurines.
Yeah, figurines.
Okay, perfect. Yeah.
Wow. And then I'm like, what's the story behind the Doberman? They're like, no, before he died, he bought it from somewhere, set it down by his desk, and then passed away, and we left it ever since. And I was like, man, like, but like that kind of hit me hard. Yeah. Cause like I was like, man, like that's insane. Like, yeah, you know,
that
it was just weird.
Yeah, you felt
it was weird, but it was a crazy feeling.
Well, as we have had this conversation today, I can't help but think a lot of this keeps coming back to people and experiences. And I would say it's fair to say that that's your gracious space, people. Is that correct? Yeah. And the connection you have with them.
Oh, yeah. It makes my business, I think, go more, because I get excited to work with people. Like, oh, heck yeah, I get to work with them. Or heck, you know what I'm saying? Or especially like with my rental clients, they'll be like, do whatever you want. Like, do whatever. Like, I trust your judgment. I trust, you know. So when I get clients like that too, it's like, oh, it's like,
well, I think it goes beyond that, I think, Jojo. I can't tell you here a number of times I'll have a customer here and they were like, you know Jojo. I'm like, yeah. Jojo. He's like, he came to my house and he brought it all the way to Riverside for me and didn't even charge me for that. And they have so many amazing stories about what you've done for them or what you like to do for them. Yeah. It goes way beyond that customer service. It goes to a friendship, another level. Yeah, that you love connecting people. Yeah, no, bringing them together.
No, I love all that stuff, and hopefully I could build something where I could, bring more people together and just putting people together, I think is like where the future is going to go. But I'm a big believer like in doing certain things for free because it does come around, and then like free events, like if I could, I'll try my best to do it because, you could get business out of there too.
Sure.
But just always helping out. I love. Money is always gonna be there, and then money comes and it goes. Like
it makes the world go round.
You get money and it flies out in that week. So it's like if I love you that much and they don't have the biggest budget, like I'll still help you. That's fine, So
well, again, it goes beyond that. It's community. It's friendship.
That's what I actually learned that from you too. I love how you're like in the community, and I love how. Like I gotta get more out there for the community and try to, that's just, I think that I learned that more this year from seeing everybody like you guys, with just all these owners, it's just like how they're just so involved with the community. It's like, dang, I gotta get out there. Like, that's why I want a storefront like really bad.
Yeah.
Like just cause when I was here for that one photo shoot and just how like the traffic you get in, oh my God, like
it's pretty cool, huh?
It's I was like, dude, like I need a storefront so I could just have people come in, talk to them, be their friends. Hey, what do you need? I got you. Like I need that place where people could just come and just maybe chill. Or that's why I love coffee bars or cocktail bars because
gathering.
I could care less for the coffee, or the cocktails, but it's just like the lounging, the whole chilling vibes, the whole like just having conversations just like this, like that's why maybe that's why I do lounges for a living, cigar and whiskey lounges or whatever lounge you want to do, I could definitely do it for you.
Totally see the connection.
Yeah.
And you just mentioned photo shoot. So folks, we'll do this too. We'll in our stories and stuff on social media, we'll show you, Jojo came into this room we're sitting in now, basically kind of purged it of everything and set up this Victorian solarium jungle.
I don't know how would you call it
for Mother's Day with these beautiful busts and heads and you're right. And you had some help there from your friend who's incredible.
Yeah, she's dope.
Talented, yeah.
She's super creative.
Yeah.
And I think that's my other, thing I want to focus on too is kind of like gathering myself with more people like me to just, like bounce ideas around.
Yeah.
Because, there's some people in your life that's not maybe like super creative.
Yeah.
And you're like talking to a wall.
Yeah.
It's not going anywhere. And it's like, how am I talking to you about this? Like, so it's like, I want more, more creative people and just bouncing out ideas. Cause I'm always like ideas.
Yeah.
Like I'm always thinking about the next thing,
Yeah.
So
someone who's sitting out there, whether they're 10 years old like you way back in the day, or they're in their 50s now and have never made that leap into their own business, what big piece of advice or small would you?
No, it's a scary leap, especially because if you don't really know like the whole business stuff, and I'm still learning. I mean, I guess everybody's learning every day, right? Yeah. I guess you just gotta just take that leap because like especially okay, so maybe if you're single, no kids, bro, take the leap, dude. Like, bro,
there's no excuse.
You got no kids, you got no wife, like just take the leap already. Like
yeah. No
I have a lot to like. I have a son, I have a wife, I have a bunch of animals. Like, that's why I'm hustling. But I think if you're single and just take the leap because, like, man, I wish I did. Like, I started this while having like my son and stuff. So imagine if I started this like before my wife and stuff like that. Like, I think but I think I started a little late. But no, I mean it's good.
But you're doing it. You got plenty of time. You're a young buck.
Yeah, but I think take it slow though, and not just jump in. Like, I'm a big believer in like, okay, if we could do this, like, dude, do your research. Like go on YouTube. Go to whoever's doing this right now. Go pick their brain. Hey, could I have like an hour with you and like talk to you about how do you do inventory, where you buy your stuff? Like, I'm a big believer in that. Like, doing your research is huge. Like, going it blindly is like that's scary, but it's like why? Like, you want to know some stuff before you start,
Set yourself up for success.
Yeah. And And I don't think me quitting or failure is not an option, because like it's like I know what I could do, and if people really believe and like my stuff, then
yeah,
I think I can't fail. You know,
it's very clear people believe in you.
Thank you.
Yeah,
thank
you should be very proud of yourself.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So right now, if anything, you know, I'm trying to find a warehouse where I could do literally everything.
Yeah.
You know, like
under one roof,
studio, my showroom floor,
photography.
Yeah, just putting you know, maybe a little mixture events or whatever. You know, just so we'll see. I mean,
I see that in your future.
Yeah,
I don't think you're gonna give up on that.
That whole stuff though with the loans and like all that stuff, you gotta teach me how to do all that stuff, man. That's some.
Somebody's gotta teach me first.
Some of that stuff is crazy. So hopefully that's where it goes. But yeah, and your shop is beautiful, man. I love your shop. I always bring my friends and family here to visit. And
I love when you come in. You're always smiling, positive attitude.
Thank you.
So let's take us out, Jojo, again with your social medias, website. You've got your Instagram pages.
Yeah, so the Instagrams is Vintage Gold Rentals, Jojo Alvarez Photography. And I just actually started one like 4 days ago. It's called Curated by Jojo. That one's just gonna be more focused on like the stuff I actually find, right?
Yeah.
So because I feel like I'm bombarding my vintage rentals with a bunch of stuff, but I want to just cater that one to like weddings and events and stuff like that. You know, the Created by Jojo is like my thrifting and flea market finds and like actual like stuff to the smallest details that I want to just share, maybe sell. You know, so I think the Vintage Gold Rentals is fueled by Curated by Jojo, because in reality I have stuff that I've collected that I had for the past 15 years. Yeah. You know, and I'm still trying to find a home for it, you know, but like I keep it for so long, like because like it's like, oh, I love this item so much. It's
hard to let some things go.
Yeah, but it's like if I do let it go, I want to let it go to the right people, right? And then if I do sell my items, I don't like selling individual items. I need to sell a whole collection. Yeah, like the whole entire collection.
Well, your eye lends. I mean, that's what you do. You're buying and collect. You're buying individually, but you know where to place it. Yeah, with other items that are like it.
Yeah, and it's crazy because I like I love art. You know, I don't love it like oh, I love this art, but it's like what I do. People's like, oh, that's art, and it's like I never thought of it that way. You know, so like my wall installed design setups are like not just like one piece. Yeah, you know, it's like a lot of pieces.
Yes.
Into one.
A collection.
You know what I'm saying? So like the tennis racket wall.
Love that.
Thank you.
Love that, yeah.
So it's like I love just one item, but a bunch of them. Yes. You know what I'm saying? Like the cigar box wall, boom. The record wall, boom. Like that's why I buy like a lot of items, like, you know, so it's like that's just my thing, you know? Like if somebody wants to let me do their wall in their house and their business, whatever, like I'll do it, you know. It's just
thanks for reminding me. I've got some albums for you.
Oh, dope.
Album covers for you downstairs.
No, sounds good though.
Well, what a fun morning you've given me today, and everyone, I'm sure if you have questions, this gentleman will answer when we drop this episode. And thank you for your time this morning, Jojo.
Thank you, Jack.
All right, see you later, folks. You.